views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the official views of Real TV, its management, or affiliates. Content is provided for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
To all of our local, regional and international viewers, thank you kindly for choosing us here at Real TV, where we bring reality to you. My dear friends, a very warm welcome to another edition of the program Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelisa Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy, get your pen, get your notebook so you could take notes on important numbers that will be helpful for you and your loved ones. Directing this morning and in Master Control, Nathaniel Reed. On behalf of the team, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a fabulous day today. Happy Friday, Friday the 12th of June 2026. And if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours. That's someone special. Don't take life for granted. Don't take your loved ones for granted. Tomorrow is not promised. All right? And don't take your time for granted. You know, very often we say, oh, it's Friday, and we look forward to the weekend. And you know what? We lose the essence and the beauty of this day. So let's enjoy today and do something productive and constructive. All right? Nathaniel, can we go to our quote for today? Coming to us with the kind compliments of Fab in the Expo. And our quote says, what you want exists. Don't settle until you get it. You set your goals and you have your ambitions, and don't give up. You know, you have to be persistent. You have to keep going at it. So don't settle for less. Settle, you know, when you know you've worked hard, you've achieved your goal, and then you say, I did it. All right. So thank you for that, Nats. And let's quickly go to their ad.
Looking for something truly unique this season? Then you need to visit Fab India Expo, located opposite Medford Gas Station, Shogunas. Brand new containers have just arrived, packed with one-of-a-kind garments you won't find anywhere else. Whether you're shopping for something stylish, traditional, or custom-made, we've got you covered with made-to-order pieces tailored just for you. And it doesn't stop there. Take a stroll through our full food court, offering delicious options for the entire family. From savory bites to sweet treats, there's something for everyone. Plus, don't miss our big sale on furniture. Upgrade your home with beautiful pieces at unbeatable prices. So come on down to the Fab India Expo, located opposite Medford Gas Station, Shogunas, where culture, style, and savings come together.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. To all of our viewers near and far, those of you here in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, regionally, internationally, those of you on Tego, the app, remember to download it. It's absolutely free on any device, and you could look at Real TV real time, anytime. And of course, those of you in Canada on the Caribbean Showtime television, thank you so much for choosing us. The 3.1 million viewers we've got, you made it possible. Thank you for choosing us. Thank you for liking and sharing, and continue to do that, because we continue to partner with people who will lift us, who will guide us, who are strengths at what they do, and so helping us to have better knowledge so that we could make better decisions. When we make better decisions, we have better tomorrows. So let's say good morning and a very warm welcome to Ms. Kavil Davis. She is an educator, a speaker, and childcare leader. And so good morning and a warm welcome, and it's really nice to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, whenever it comes to our children are the flowers of our nation, you know. Yes. They make life so much more beautiful and interesting. What is also important that we've got to recognize that we, the adults, are responsible for instilling the right morals and values, yes, for ensuring that their foundation is a solid one, not a shaky one. And so we help shape and mold our children, yes, so that we'll have better leaders tomorrow. When I say better leaders, I'm talking about better parents, better co-workers, better
Yes.
business people. In general, they are our future.
That's correct.
So I think it's not just about the parents, but it's about the environment. It's about the
Yes.
people they interact with, that we allow into our circles to influence them.
Yes,
Their
indeed.
teachers and all the people in our journey that certainly help to polish them to evolve to be good adults.
Yes, yes, you're very correct. I think in childcare and just in general as a parent, it is important that we have like a village. And so when you talked about all the different people that stay them, they have that village, but they spend a lot of time in school,
They do.
right? So their parents entrust their care to their teachers. And so we are the ones that really are responsible for them being better citizens and partnering with their parents to make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely true. You being an educator yourself, you understand firsthand the importance of partnering or having that common ground
Yes.
when it comes to parenting and when it
Yes.
comes to the what we instill into our children.
Correct, because we can't do it alone. And so it's important as educators that we bring our parents along that journey.
Yeah.
And that parents, if you are having difficulties with your children, that you partner with us, let us know what's happening.
Yeah.
So that we can, together make it a proper holistic environment for your children.
Absolutely true. And I want to make it very clear as well that when we send our children to school,
Yes.
we are not sending them in a daycare. We're
That is
sending them
correct.
to be educated. And you cannot expect the teachers, and I say this openly, to be responsible for really being, they are educators. They're there in terms of being there to guide them, to educate them, to keep, to keep
Yes.
that aspect. But when it comes to manners and when it comes to different things, it starts in the home.
It
And I'm sure as
definitely starts at
educators,
home.
you identify with some of the children, how they speak, how they carry themselves.
That's
You
correct.
know the way they dress,
That's correct.
the way they're
So-
groomed when they come to school. You know
Exactly.
exactly the sort of influence home is having on them.
Zelisa, what I say is that teachers really treat your child how you present your child. And people don't like to hear it, but it's the truth. So if you present your child to school as disheveled, disorganized, books not packed, how do you expect that a teacher would treat with that? Because now a teacher has to spend extra time to get your child together. So school is not daycare. They're very different.
Yeah.
And teachers are not daycare providers.
Absolutely true. And it's as simple as going through their school bags every day,
Yes.
ensuring, you've got to teach them to do that. And if you
Yes.
teach them to do those things, how to manage things and how to
Yes.
put things together, then they eventually learn. That's going to become their way of life.
That's correct.
Scientists says that, from the age of birth to 7 years old, whatever we instill, they take that until their death. 75% of people, and that's serious and that's important.
And it's very correct. A lot of the things, the formative years of a child's life is 1 to 5. And so whatever you teach them during that time is what they take with them beyond. So you want to...
So the important thing is you have to create that routine
Yes,
in terms of understanding how to manage time.
that's correct.
Come
Routine.
home, do a little, relax for a couple minutes.
That's correct.
Get into your homework, go through your children's bags, go through their books with
Listen,
them.
yes.
Ensure that, apart from the meals and a bath and praying and things like that, preparation, okay, so let's get your bag together. Let's make sure your pencils are sharper and make sure everything
That's
is in your
correct.
bag. And that is teaching them responsibility and discipline as well, eh?
Of course. And it's preparing them for life. Because when they start work, you have to prepare for work as well.
Absolutely
And I
true.
want to go back to what you said. You see, sharpening pencils, critical. Because when a teacher has to stop
Yeah.
to sharpen 20 pencils,
Yeah.
when it's something that the parents could do at home.
Absolutely true. You don't
Yes.
take that for granted, because you
No.
also have to remember, you said something important there. It's not your child alone, one-on-one.
that's
It's
correct.
a number, a battery of children.
Yes.
20, sometimes 30 children in one class.
In one class,
So
that's
when
correct.
one child is being disruptive or cast-clong or not listening or not being clonging around and talking, that one child is disturbing the entire class.
That's
And
correct.
disrupting your day of your timetable or your planning of how you're going to execute your time.
Yes, and that has been a challenge for educators.
Yeah.
Because when we engage parents, some parents are very defensive of their children's behavior. So you have to engage them in a way that doesn't offend.
Yeah.
So come from a point of view, well, how can I help you? How can we remedy this? Because the reality is, especially in government schools, we just do not have the capacity, and we do not have we don't have extra help. It's one teacher to 20 students or to 25 students, and that ratio
true.
is a lot. You know what I mean? We don't have extra teachers joining the service that can help. We really have a shortage of teachers. It's not just in Trinidad, not just the Caribbean, but globally.
Why do you think so? People are not...
Because educators are exhausted. We love the children. We are exhausted by the work because we don't have all the tools to do our job well. And so because of that, we struggle. And eventually, some of them just leave the profession.
Let me tell you,
Yes.
I cannot be a teacher. I know that.
Yes.
And so I have a great respect and admiration for teachers.
Yes.
Handling 20 plus children
Yes.
with 20 different personalities, different environments they come from.
Yes.
These are 20 little individuals with their own little mind of their own.
And
And,
let me-
getting them to focus.
Listen. And let me
Whoa.
add on, every child averages 2 parents and 1 very involved grandparent. So the class chat is wild. Yeah, so it's not just the kids, but it's also their parents. It's the teachers in school. It's your principal. You know what I mean? It's a lot. It's a lot for a teacher.
We're also at a different time where, before, in the recent past, you still had, now I would say more so now, we've got a lot of single parents, whether it's a
Yes.
father taking care of his kids alone
Yes.
or a mother alone.
Yes.
And so that in itself is a struggle,
Yes, it is.
not just for the parents, but for the children as well.
Of course,
You know?
of course. I mean, I myself, I parent my son as a single parent, but I have a village, which we talked about. His grandparents, my aunts, my uncles are very active in
Nice.
his life. But because I have that, I want to make sure that I am a present parent.
Yeah.
So I always tell parents, it doesn't make sense to fight with a teacher. You have to be one with the teacher.
You have to partner.
Have to.
You have to be on the same page, because the
Have to.
child will use that now to his or her advantage.
Yes, and they are very smart. So they will come home and they will say, Mommy, Miss said XYZ, and you're there like, Miss said that? And you respond to the child as opposed to engaging with the teacher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Teaching is a profession that you have to be passionate about. And so in order for teachers not to leave the profession as they are doing, you want to make sure that you engage with them.
Yeah.
That really is the key to the success of your child in their class, in their school, to graduate comfortably and happy.
This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. I'm in conversation with Cavell Davis. She is an educator, speaker, and child care leader, speaking about our children and and their future. Our future as well, because if we don't inculcate the right morals and values, we don't ensure that they are well-rounded, cultured children. Can you imagine what we're going to face in the future? And I think we're getting a taste of it even in the now. When we look at some of the behavior of our children, and I say our children because they are our children. All right, when we look at their mannerism, their behavior, the choices they're making, the barbaric way they behave, the words that they use, the way they're not focusing, the lack of respect, we are to be blamed for that, you know. Something for us all to think about. So let's get it right. Let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation. Stay with us.
Are you looking for the right space for your business? Fred's Plaza has the space you need. We offer professional rental spaces designed for growing businesses. Conveniently located in San Juan on the Eastern Main Road, opposite the PTSC terminal and between Royal Castle and Mario's. Easy access, high visibility. For inquiries, call or WhatsApp 868-384-7142 today, or visit Level 3 Fred's Plaza for details.
In a world full of noise, choose clarity. The Real News digital publication is your choice for important news coverage. From influential figures shaping our nation to a powerful week in review that keeps you informed. The weekly edition is available for download on all of our social media platforms. Smart, sharp, essential. Real News digital publication. Stay informed, stay educated, stay empowered. Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, regional, international viewers. Thank you so much for choosing us. I'm in conversation with Cavell Davis. She is an educator, speaker and childcare leader, and of course her advice is extremely very important, and she's certainly making a sterling contribution so that we could understand. Sometimes it's just we are so consumed that we neglect to understand that role as a parent is so important. And we must always remember to have that open, you must always be able to communicate, always have conversations with your children so that you will understand them and they will also understand you. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And that's important, having that,
Yes.
Where you bridge the gap to be able to always allow your children not to have fear but respect for you rather.
That's correct.
And there's a big difference there.
There's a huge difference.
So that they can feel open enough to say, Mommy, XYZ, or Dad,
Yes.
XY. They can come and have a conversation.
Yes.
If they have a query or they have a concern. Very often we say, well, children are lucky. Yes, they don't have no worries in the world. They don't have to pay no bills. They don't have. We say that at times.
Yes, we do.
But that's far from the truth, because
It
they
really
in their
is.
little mind, they have their little world and their things that they are dealing with as well.
Yes.
And it is important that we are always there to understand that, our shoulder is broad enough. And so we are there to always be the wind beneath their wings, to be able to stand with them, to understand them.
Yes.
That you could look at your child and know something is wrong. By look at my daughter, I know as she
Yes.
gets in. What's going on with you? How was
Yeah.
your day today? You see
Yes.
it in their face, so you know they're waiting. So we should know our children best. And
Yes.
they should also know us.
Yes, and I think they do know us and we know them, but also what you're talking about is a parent that pays attention, because you didn't miss that. You didn't miss that something was wrong. And similarly with my son, I could tell. He doesn't say much, but I could tell that something happened. So I always start with, how was school today? What happened? And then I look at my messages to see, did somebody message me? Did something happen? Or I might just say, so what happened in school today?
Yeah.
Just to start that conversation.
Yeah.
And it's not from now, not from teen, but from as soon as your children could talk. Have a conversation with them, make them comfortable. From one, you let them know, we're going to the doctor, something is happening to your eye, you're going to school today. Don't spring it. That's old time thing, long time thing, where we not communicating with our children. We don't say things to them. No, we springing nothing on them. We are communicating and telling them exactly what is happening, and we want them to do the same with us.
And if we don't that's where they absorb negativity and they
That's
hear
correct.
things in a different way
Correct.
that could really manipulate or play with their minds and even the decisions that they make.
Correct. And remember, back in our time, we didn't have as much access to the internet as these children do now.
Absolutely
So between
true.
AI, ChatGPT, and all the other things they're using, if they're not speaking to us directly, they're going to ask somebody else.
Absolutely
And we have
true.
seen globally where ChatGPT, AI, all of those things have contributed, sometimes negatively.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we want to be careful, but also engage our children in conversation.
Do you believe when people say you should be your child's best friend or you should be your child's parent? What is your perspective on that?
I believe you should be a child's parent. Yeah, I keep telling my son, I'm not your friend. You can always be sure that I will come to your rescue at any time, but we are not friends because I don't want ever to get those lines crossed. So I parent, and I parent very strict. You know what I mean?
You're one of those disciplinarians.
I am one of those, and even in my school career, that is how I teach and parent the children in my care. And I tell parents in the interview all the time, that is the educator that I am. I believe in structure. I believe in systems. I don't believe that you need to be best friends with your child at all. Because as long as they get those lines crossed, it's very hard to reel them back in. So, and for me, what I always say is, if my son is still happy to be with me every day, and my kids still come back to me after they've left my school, I feel like I'm doing well. I'm doing something good.
You accomplished your goal.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about your structure in your school because,
Yes.
it's important that we understand some of the values
Yes.
or the things that you would have instilled in your school. Let's talk about what sets you apart, your school apart.
Well, I actually started this journey because I couldn't find a school that I felt was suitable enough for my son when he was born.
Okay.
And so that is how this journey actually started. So I started looking, and this was like 14 years ago. And I kept saying, I started as a daycare, and I'm saying, why can't I find a daycare that is going to engage my son? When I ask them, they say, well, he's a baby, so he could sit in his playpen. We take him out for feeds, and that's it. I'm like, no, I want social interaction. I want storytelling. I want outside time. I think all of those things are important. So that's how this came about. So the structure in my school is very simple. We have a learn through play environment. It is not crazily color-coded. I don't use all the colors because I feel like that distracts children. Everything is wooden, white, green, those colors, just to create a more harmonious environment so they don't get distracted with red, green, purple. And I have a small catchment. I only take 12 kids per term, per year, I should say. And I have a good relationship with parents. And that has been my go-to for years. I have one parent that brought all 4 children to my school. And it's really just because I believe in the village. I believe in communicating. And so my parents know on a morning and an afternoon, I need a quick update. How was the weekend? Is everything okay? Did she eat well? Did he eat well? And that is how I have run my school. And I encourage even new educators that I mentor. That is how you need to run your school on an afternoon and pick up same conversation. He had a good day, she had a good day. This is a challenge that we had. And all of those things I think help parents because parents are working. So you really don't have time. You are depending on your educator to really educate, create that structure for you so that by the time you get home, it's a how was your day, dinner, bed, and they start that process again. So that is how I've been able to run the Playhouse successfully for the last 14 years.
I honestly feel you need to partner with the, like as we said before, have that one-on-one, being able to have a conversation, a level where you feel comfortable enough to talk to the teacher and have, partner with the teacher to help your child evolve. We know our children best. As a matter of fact, we should know our children best, so which means We know where their strengths are and we know where their weaknesses are. And
Yes.
if we are open enough to have those conversations with the teacher and our children's weakness, you could build and grow together. And I think that is extremely important.
It is very important, and teachers, because we spend so much time, we are able to help you identify those weaknesses. And early intervention is what is key in that way. Because my age group is from 1 to 5, you would find that a lot of early intervention the early intervention at that stage is critical, because you pick up learning disabilities at that stage, not after. It shouldn't be done in primary school. It should be done before. As long as you are speaking with your educator and you all have that rapport, they're supposed to be able to recognize some things to be able to help you get whatever your child needs at that stage.
I also think it is important that honesty is important.
Yes.
Acknowledging, all right, your 5 fingers, none are the same. So you would experience this. You would have, of all the children in your class, they're all different.
Yes.
They all have different personalities. They
Yes.
all develop different, and they come
Yes.
from different they come from different ethnic groups. They
Yes.
come from different backgrounds. Some
Yes.
come with a single, some come with a nice mother-father family, some come with an extended, some come with grandparents.
Yes.
Because in many situations, it's the grandparents that are still raising their grandchildren.
That is correct. In my case, because I had my son young, it was my mother that really stepped in, because I was working in Port of Spain. So she was dropping, she was picking up, and I'm like, I'm missing out, like I need to know what's happening. And that's how I said, you know what, let me leave my job and do this school thing full time, because I want to give the professional parents what they should have. And so that's really important to me, has always been.
Where do you think, in terms of when it comes to troubled children, what do you think contribute to that?
There's several different dynamics that contribute to what society considers to be troubled kids. Sometimes it could be the environment. Sometimes it could be a learning disability that wasn't checked early on. It could be trauma. It could be something traumatic that happened, and that's why the honesty part is important, because if you don't tell a teacher something like that and they recognize something, they may think your child is acting out just because, It could be isolation. You wouldn't believe a lot of kids during the COVID pandemic, they were so isolated and locked down that when they came back to school, they were very different. We saw it in SEA results, we saw it in CSEC results, and we also saw it when they entered primary school. So it's several different dynamics that cause children to act out, and that's why it's critical that educators partner with parents for that early intervention, that 1 to 5 stage. Psychologists say 2 is the stage where they can actually pick up a learning disability. That will affect them later on. So early intervention is key there.
Natural ability, you believe in that, or you believe that it's what you put in or invest in, is that what you get in return, as opposed to a child just acing everything?
I believe that a child is born with natural ability, but it must be nurtured.
Okay.
Yeah, so your child could be recognizing colors and letters early on, but if you as a parent don't nurture that, they're going to lose it. As with everything else, right?
Absolutely true. Because as parents, you are supposed to identify, what their strengths are.
That's
they
correct.
like coloring, they like, play. You would
Yes.
see what interests, and then you allow that to blossom by polishing, channeling or putting them in the right place
That
at
is
the
correct.
right time to help them to evolve. That's
That
important
is correct.
too.
That is correct.
How important is extracurricular activity?
It is extremely critical to the success of the child. I
heard
always
that?
tell parents it is extremely critical to your child's success. Never have a school, book a school, choose a school that doesn't have an outdoor area. Never. Because it doesn't work. Children can't stay indoors all day, especially this new generation of children.
Yeah.
They need to be active. So it's important. For us at my school, I have dance, music and movement is what I call it. We have football, we have Zumba, and we have art. And art is really a wide array of different activities they're doing. But it's important at the secondary level, at the primary school level, something. Get something. Football, basketball, karate, taekwondo. All of those things teach discipline and structure.
Absolutely true. And I would have seen that firsthand over the years with young ones that I interviewed. They did exceptionally well when they mastered the art of being able to have that extra curricular activity in their lives, and they learn to manage time. In terms of discipline, in terms of interaction, it really helps to develop your child to the best of their ability.
Yes.
This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa. Let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation. Stay with us.
Macon Construction Company Limited. Save big whilst building stronger. We build with our Macon innovative building systems, which provides high wind speed, earthquake, sea blast and fire resistance. Is thermally and acoustically insulated. Provides improved construction timelines and cost savings. We provide construction services from design to finish and everything in between. Macon Construction Company Limited. Building green today with tomorrow's technology. Contact or visit us today.
Let's get straight to the point. I am Dale Edwards, Dale the Voice, and we're going to get straight to the point right here on Real TV. Join me Monday to Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. when we talk the hard truth. We're not beating around the bush. We're getting straight to the point, dealing with real issues, social, politics, and much more. Monday to Friday, the only place to be is right here on Real TV.
The Ambassador's Daughter, weekdays at 11 a.m., only on Real TV.
Next, baby.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Thank you so much for choosing us. Today it's about our children. It's about us spending quality time, understanding the things we need to do, to take responsibility, to understand that it is our duty and our responsibility to ensure that our children get the best. And when I say the best, I'm not only talking about a nice home and a clean and nice environment and nice food and love and support, but ensuring that, you know, we really be parents to help them to evolve, to polish them to be good young adults that take us into the future, to represent us well. The apple will not fall far from the tree, you know. So it really starts in the home. It actually starts in the womb, by the food that the mothers eat and the environment that they place themselves in while that child is being developed, and the environment now in the home you choose to bring your child into. And let me tell you something, a parent's role is not only until they hit 18 and think they're adults and they go, you know, they're our children forever and ever.
Yes.
And they are the ones that will teach our grandchildren what we taught them. Think about it, the sacrifices you make and all the effort that you put into helping your children. A simple thing as the food you put on their plates, that is what they are going to teach their children to eat. That is a fact. The choices
Yes.
we make and the things we do, it's what they learn, they absorb. So I always say it and I'll say it again. When you answer the phone or you tell your child, say, Mommy not home. Or somebody's at the door, you are teaching them to lie.
Yes.
You are the ones that are teaching them to be dishonest.
Yes,
Always
indeed.
say the truth. Mommy's busy or daddy's busy at this time, but they'll call you. Give me a number or I'll tell them, teach them to do the right things, not the wrong things. People complain about pipers and people stealing and people doing whatever. But you are encouraging it, because if you know the piper come with some little plant and say, take that for $10, where did they get it from to give it to you for 10? And you feel, oh, I get a deal.
Right.
You are encouraging him and putting fire in him to continue to steal, and then we complain.
Correct.
We are the ones that make stupid choices and stupid decisions, and our children are going to pattern from that.
Yes.
That is a fact
Definitely.
today, and then you're saying people coming and stealing, but you are the same one buying from them and encouraging them.
That's correct.
We sometimes create our problems too.
We definitely do. We definitely do. And we see it from small. It's not just when they get bigger. Once whatever you instill in them from their formative years, that's what they take with them.
Absolutely true. They're going to take that, and that's what they learn, that's what they know, that's what they're exposed to, and that's what they're going to continue to do when they go out in the world.
That's
Now
correct.
they go in the office and they steal a simple thing as challenge yourself to steal a pen.
I was just about to say that. A pen, a pencil. And while we're on that point, in schools, if you know that you didn't send your daughter with a particular pen or a particular pencil, the conversation starts with, where did you get this? And you send it back.
Of
You
course.
must send it back.
Most
Once we keep it,
certainly.
we are telling our children, it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, and it's not.
It's not okay. So we set, we set the boundaries, and we
Yes.
ourselves are living examples of what we expect or what we would want out of our children.
Yes, indeed. We definitely do. I think as parents, we are the ones that are guiding them. And as educators, we are the ones that continue that guidance. We kind of look at our parents, the parents of our children, and say, okay, what do you want? Once we meet with them, they're able to tell us, you know what I mean? If you say to me, I want my daughter to be this way, I'm interested in her going in this direction. That's what the educators are there for. That's what we do. That's what we're supposed to do, I should say.
And they guide us. If you have a good relationship with the teacher or teachers or the school, the truth is when they see you are seeking interest, they're also going to seek interest.
That is correct.
You put a fire in them, because then they know, you see that mother or that father, they're not easy, they're making sure they're on top of
Correct,
things.
and they are not missing anything.
Yeah.
But it's also important for us to know our children and to be fair. I always say,
Agreed.
if you say to me, my son stole something, I may not believe it. But if you said he was talking all day in class, that is him. And similarly,
Same with me.
Yeah.
I know my child, so I
Yeah.
know she's active, she has this energy, she's always going.
Yeah.
So it's staying focused. I know her staying focused is a little difficult for her.
Yeah, they're just talkative. So when I go, it's not to be defensive, but it's to acknowledge. So I always say to parents, acknowledge first. Say, yes, I know he talks, and then engage them so that they don't feel like you're coming across as defensive, because the reality is your child is in school for a
You're
long
not
time.
there seeing what they're doing, and then you go
Correct.
and say, not my child will never do
Yeah.
that. That is
Correct.
never say never. You are not there to see. Children, they test the waters.
Of course.
Children with their grandparents is different from the children
Oh,
home.
listen.
And children
Yes.
in the classroom is certainly different from the child at home.
Very
and we must
different.
need to understand and respect that. We were once children as well.
That's correct. That's correct. I think teachers don't get enough credit. It is a huge effort. You know what I mean? Because we are leaving our children at home. We are missing important events in our children's lives to be present for your child. And so it's important that as parents, you let us know every now and then we're doing a good job. Thank you, miss, for all you do, We don't expect gifts. We just expect understanding. We expect, we don't expect you to get vexed when we take a day off,
You want a little gratitude.
Yes.
Because you're human too.
Yes.
You want a little gratitude.
And teachers deserve it because we are the parents when you all are not around. And that's the
Absolutely
truth.
true.
Yeah.
So you need to have that respect
Yes.
and understanding.
Yes.
Yeah.
And respect the profession that it is, because every other profession comes from teaching. People don't think so, but it is the truth.
Absolutely true when you think
Yes.
of it. They are your children's gurus. Huh?
Yes.
They do influence your children in a positive or negative way. I want to
Correct.
talk about dress code.
Yes.
Your perspective and your thoughts on dress, of the way we dress our children.
Well, I have some little notes that I send to my parents for events that we have in school. So I don't do back outside, halter top, belly outside for the girls. And for the boys, I say, dress them properly. I don't want shades and hat backwards and those type of things. I feel there's a season for everything. And I feel there's a time for everything. And so as parents, we are charged with that responsibility. Children need to dress properly, period. I believe in
Well,
that.
I'm from real old school, so I truly
Yes.
believe a child should be a child and look and dress like a child.
100%.
And I don't blame children when they are half naked or when they're wearing, as we say, big people clothes, because you, the parent, are responsible for purchasing. And you're also responsible for being the parent to say that is not acceptable.
Yes, that's correct. I think when I was small, I wanted this tight skirt. And my mom used to sew. So I was like, Mommy, you can make this skirt for me. And she said, I will send you to school in a tight skirt. You are in standard 4. But I saw my friends and I said, well, this is a nice thing. But I appreciate it so much now because I would not be caught. You know what I mean? At nearly 40. There's a way to dress. There's a way
Yes.
to look. And there's a way to and people think it's just girls. No, it's boys,
Boys
too.
as well.
It's
You're
boys
absolutely
too.
correct. I like when you say there's a time, there's a place, there's a season for everything, because
Yes.
I believe in that as well.
Yes.
I have a great respect for that as well.
Yes. Yeah.
What are some of the mistakes you see firsthand with the years that you've been an educator that parents are making and continue to make that we could fix?
I think the first thing is the communication with the teacher. That has been something that has been pressing. It has been an issue for some time. When an educator calls and they say, listen, I've noticed something. I want you to help me with something. It's not to be defensive. That's the first thing, communication. I think the second thing is how you treat with your child away from school. So when I say, do you just use devices to keep your child quiet? Or are you saying, I'm going to engage them in the work that they did during the week, or I'm going to find something to do to take them off those screens? I've noticed that a lot of screen time has contributed to a lot of delays in children. And those are studies, that's factual. I think another thing is the lack of structure. Some parents think I could drop off later than when school starts and pick up earlier than when school finishes. Doesn't work like that, because the real world doesn't work like that. Primary school doesn't work like that. You want to keep a consistent structure for your children. Those are some of the mistakes that I see parents make, and those things can be corrected quickly. And the last thing is the lack of early intervention. If you notice that your child are not hitting their milestones, it is extremely critical that you liaise with their educator, that you liaise with somebody who can help you. You know what I mean? It could be a simple thing as they may need a few sessions of occupational therapy. They may need some behavioral therapy. They may need to actually get assessed for autism. So you need that. The lack of that is what causes the delays in primary school. But if we catch it early, we're able to help. So those are the little things that I see that I feel parents could remedy quickly.
One of the things you spoke about is the screen time.
Yes.
And I think that is also very important. And I think we are stealing happiness from our children's
Yes.
lives when we don't realize that there's a time and place for everything.
Correct.
And you do it, you be disciplined about it, what you're allowed to use, what you're allowed to see, what you're allowed to look at, because it can influence your children in a positive or negative way as well. Even with the games, with the fighting games and things like that. A lot of that,
correct.
you start seeing them with their little siblings it starts in the home with things. So you pull it away, or you monitor. You be in control because you
That's
are
correct.
the parent.
Yeah, I say 15 minutes tops for children that are between the ages of 1 to 5. Because from 1 to 3, you really don't need a device. You really and truly don't need a device until you get into secondary school. Unfortunately, because of COVID, children got devices much earlier than they were supposed to. So it's really monitoring, but 15 minutes max. You know what I mean? And you take that off because it's really frying their brain. It really is. Studies are really showing the video games, the constant swiping. It's also affecting the way that they learn and the way that they write.
Ah.
Yeah. So if a child is constantly swiping on a tablet, they don't want to put that effort into holding a pencil and writing properly. All of those things are linked and they do affect children later on. So you want to get rid of those things. Take away your phones from them. They don't need it. Send them outside to play.
Kick
Let
some
them be
ball,
one.
run.
Yes,
Yeah.
let them be one with nature. It's important.
I think it's important to strike that balance as well, to let them be, let them go out and get some fresh air.
Yes.
And if you want to run, it's okay. If you want to ride your bike, I think it's good because it balances, school from work and at a break. Rather than to sit and be on a device.
And they need to de-stress too, right?
They do need to.
And they need to use their imagination and creativity. The tablets and the phones don't allow them to do that.
No.
But gone are the days when they can pick up a stick and turn it into a wand.
Exactly. Or make a joke or do things, get in the kitchen and be creative, help out.
That's correct.
Play a Monopoly, Scrabble. Yeah. It helps them to also develop in terms of communicating and conversation.
That is
your
correct.
head down constantly. It takes away the joy of children even being together and playing together.
That's
and hearing that laughter. Sometimes you go to a function or family function and all the children,
Everybody's
even
on
the
their
adults
phone.
up to the grandparents on the phone. You wonder, wait, no, why we have this?
That's correct.
Because everybody's lost on the phone. They lose the essence and the beauty of the moment.
And the beauty of conversation.
Absolutely true. With that, let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation. Stay with us.
I am Zelisa Singh Rupani, inviting you to join me for the rebirth of Apne Sitare, Our Stars, a vibrant and spectacular show celebrating the incredible local talents of the sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago. Experience the beauty of our culture through singing, dancing, and musical performances as we keep the arts alive and shining bright. Tune in right here on Real TV every Sunday from 1 p.m. for Apne Sitare, Our Stars. See you there.
When security matters most, choose Catch Security Services Limited. We are proudly approved by the Ministry of Homeland Security. We protect your home, business, community, and much more. Our services include professional baton and armed officers, specialized K-9 units, mobile patrols, secure cash pickups, secure transport, and pepper spray applications and supply coming soon. Don't wait. Secure your assets now. Contact Catch Security today. Call 622-6601, email info@cssl-tt.com, or visit our office at 30-32 Saddle Road, Maraval.
In a world full of noise, choose clarity. The Real News digital publication is your choice for important news coverage. From influential figures shaping our nation to a powerful week in review that keeps you informed. The weekly edition is available for download on all of our social media platforms. Smart, sharp, essential. Real News digital publication. Stay informed, stay educated, stay empowered.
Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. You know, the reality is our children are extremely important, and we do influence them in a positive or negative way. And it is important that we understand that it is our duty and responsibility as parents to ensure that we inculcate the right morals and values. We teach them from a very good age about respect and being able to have accountability and transparency. And if we do that, you know, we'll have a better future when it comes to our leaders, you know.
That's correct.
I'm in conversation with Cavell Davis. She's an educator, speaker, and childcare leader. We're going to go into the retreat. You're having a retreat
Yes,
because
I
this
am.
is something that you did last year. It was
Yes.
extremely successful.
Yes, it was.
Let's talk a little bit.
Well, Empowered was born really out of a need to support educators.
Right.
We really don't have anything geared towards the educator. And so I decided that Empowered would be that thing that we have, that we could come, rest, reflect, learn things, bring the community together instead of fighting against each other, and empower each other. So last year, it was just a thought, so I just wanted to test the waters a bit and see. So we did a 30-person session. We had about 6 speakers, a panel, and the focus was really on the child. So we had an occupational therapist, we had a pediatrician, we had somebody talking about AI, you know, so we focus on the child. But this year, our focus is on the educator.
Nice.
Our focus is on us and our wellness. The focus is on us breathing. And so we're doing a 3-day retreat because I want it to be a getaway. So we have 2 options, the weekend retreat, and then we have the Saturday, which is the Saturday Restore Pass. And it is really intended to be somewhere educators could just relax and breathe in a nice resort, you know, away from the city at a nice resort and spa in Tuku.
Nice, you get away, you know.
Yes.
I think you're open, you're not feeling corporate.
Yes.
Or you're feeling relaxed in a nice environment. Well, and I think when you're in a different environment, that's how you could really express yourself, huh?
Yes.
You know, you feel just relaxed and, you know, but you feel like, all right, I'm free.
Yeah, 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 that's exactly it. As educators, we kind of point to everybody, but we don't point ourselves. And if we take time for ourselves, we would stop leaving the profession. We would be better educators. You know, we'd be better wives, we'd be better mothers, we'd be better, you know, we'd be better partners, we'd be better friends. If we really just kind of took that time, because we are going constantly.
Absolutely true. Let's talk about this year.
Yes. Well, this year, our theme is breathe.
Breathe.
So, yes, we never breathe. You know,
So true.
it's crazy to think about, but when you get in your car and you sit, you know, sometimes I hear educators say, I'm just sitting here, you know, before I go into the house. So I just need a minute. And that minute that we take, we don't breathe. So it's a relaxed dress code, no heels, no suits, just relax. You could wear anything. You know, I tell them, I release some dress code pictures. I'm like, you could wear a kaftan, you could wear a house dress, you could wear shorts on a top. Anything you want to wear that is going to help you breathe and relax, that is the focus. We have Dr. Asante LeBlanc, who is our featured speaker. She's coming in to talk about wellness.
She's brilliant.
Yes.
I've known her
Fantastic.
over the years.
Oh.
I had a nickname for her. I used to call her Dr. Ginger.
Really?
I know her very well, yes. I've had numerous conversations with her. She's awesome. So she's
Yes.
going to be a bonus, trust me.
Yes, yes. And she's going to mix the two, because what happens is that we miss appointments. You know, we miss dental appointments. It actually kind of creeped up on me last term. I got up with my face swollen. And I'm like, what's happening? My tooth broke. But because I'm always busy, I never took it on. I just continued, and it broke, but it's good.
Yeah,
It's not. It's
yeah.
there. You know, so she's going to come in and kind of bridge that gap for us, help us understand why our wellness is so important. We have a wellness coach that is just going to show us little exercises to help us stretch during the day, because our days are long. We have myself. I'm going to come in and I'm going to talk about what it takes to really run the business and run it well. You know, I'm going to talk about that. We have consultant business strategist that is going to take us through the systems that we need to run our businesses effectively. And even if you're an educator in a government school, you still have to run your lesson plans, report to your principal.
True.
So all of those systems you still need. So we have a few speakers. It's going to be a wonderful time. And we have different sessions set at different places.
Nice.
So you really kind of get that vibe of this is a relaxed time. It's not stuffy. It's not going to be where it's like super structured. And we aim to finish at 3. That way you can enjoy the rest of the resort, the rest of the day, if you come for that Saturday.
And meals are included.
Yes. So Anis Resort really worked with me to create a really good package. So it's food and drinks inclusive.
Nice.
So she does everything fresh. So she kind of goes with the vibe, you know, of what we're trying to achieve with the educators breathing. So she's going to do a wonderful meal for us. They're going to get food, drinks, and it's just going to be a good time. Those that do the weekend pass, we have networking and dinner. And then on the Sunday, we have what I call the sunrise stretch on the beach, where we just take that time to really get on the beach at sunrise, see the sunrise, and just, you know, be one with ourselves.
Enjoy.
Yes.
Where you could just be relaxed and breathe. That sounds so
Yes.
nice.
Yes.
Like
And
I
it's
can picture
needed.
myself. It's so needed.
So Lisa, you're going to have to come.
You know, I'll tell you something. Very often, we get so consumed with life.
Yes.
We get so consumed with commitments and trying to meet that level or trying to meet our goals, which is extremely important.
Yes.
But sometimes along the way, while along the way we are bombarded with storms or challenges we did not expect.
Yes.
And we just lose the essence of taking time for us.
Yep.
We put everything and everybody first.
Yes. Yes.
And I am guilty of that. Sometimes you need to do your hair and you
Listen.
just don't find the time, or
The
is it that we
time.
don't make the time? Because you want to please and do everything else for everybody else, and we put ourselves on the back burner.
Yes.
And in the end, was it worth it? I don't think so, because then
not.
you really need to take a little time for yourself.
Yes.
And say thank you, God, for this time, and love you and take care of you and make you happy.
Yes.
Because if you are not happy, if we don't make ourselves happy, no one else can.
That's correct. That's correct. And it's something like not just an educator thing. It's something like a wife thing. It's something like a mother thing, you know, a corporate woman thing.
Of course.
Yeah, we don't take the time.
Not just corporate, a wife, even a stay-home mommy.
Yes.
Do you know how frustrating that is? I couldn't be a stay-home
Yeah.
wife, I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, I actually have a friend who came to the conference. She's like, I'm homeschooling and I'm losing my mind. I need some time.
You need to step away
Yes, important.
and do it for you. You
Yeah.
need to say, you know what, I'm doing this for me because I love me.
Yes. And
That's
can we say that men step away and do things for them and we don't do things for us? So I think this is important. And of course, as you know, the educator population is, of course, 65% women. So we are
Absolutely
really
true.
giving a lot. Yeah.
Your closing comments.
I would say, educators, it's important for us to kind of really take back our time. Take back this time for us to do things that we need to do for ourselves. We pour into kids. Our job is super important, but we also need to take ourselves seriously. We need to take time to breathe. I look forward to seeing you at Empowered if this is something that you want to invest in.
Share your number so that they can call you.
Of course. So my number is 260-7367. You can also WhatsApp us, and you can get us on Instagram and Facebook at Empowered.
I want to thank you kindly. I wish you success as you grow from strength to strength. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and have this lovely conversation so that we could take away and apply and be better at it, yeah? Better
Thank you
parents.
so much for having
You're
me.
more than welcome. I trust we'll have other conversations.
Yes.
All the best. This is where we're going to wrap things up. And remember, if you don't love you and you don't take care of you, no one will. Remember, when you are broken and you cannot give your all, then you are also, when it comes to your children and your loved ones, that's what they see, that's what they know. A broken mommy, a broken woman. But when you're whole, that's what they also absorb, all right? So keep smiling, be positive, always know the best is yet to come. And here's reminding you that with God and only God, all things are possible. Thank you so much for choosing us here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. I am Zelisa Rupani. Be safe, be happy. See you soon.